So just on the bottom of 431, it says prepare journal entries needed in an enterprise fund. Again, we're doing accrual accounting, right? That's what we're going to be doing for the enterprise fund and the internal service fund. Just so that in the enterprise fund, your customers largely are external to you. Internal service, obviously, they are internal people, right? They're internal departments or right, other folks. So, number one, issued refunding bonds at $8 million. The bonds bear interest at 8% payable annually and mature in 5 years with no bond issue costs. So, we've done this before, right? Make it big enough. $8 million cash, right? And then you have bonds payable, which is what you would have, right, in regular financial accounting. Okay? Number two, paid the $8 million into an irrevocable trust to defease in substance the previously outstanding bonds payable of the enterprise fund, which means you're getting rid of the old bond, right, in lieu of this new bond. Remember what refunding bonds do, right? You do refunding bonds in order to, in essence, extend the life of your bonds, right? Remember that? You're using the new money to pay the old money and you still have a debt, right? So you're not really getting rid of it, you're defeasing it. So you have bonds payable, $7.2 million. You have deferred interest expense, $900,000. Discount on bonds payable, $100,000. Cash, $8 million. Okay?
So what does that say? To record bond what?
To record bond defeasance. It's in your book.
Skullduggery.
Defeasance. And there is a section that goes over the bond refunding.
Is there a different word for that?
Defeasance?
Or is that the word?
Yeah, that's the word. So on page 413, the bottom of 412, well actually, 411 starts talking about refunding, then 412 gives you some examples, 413 gives you some examples. Okay? So that would be your examples for this. Yes, sir?
I may miss some, but where does the $900,000 come from?
The $900,000 is deferred interest expense. If you go to the top of 413, you have a certain amount. It shows you an entry at the top of 413, and it goes into this more throughout 411, 412. It just shows it to you at the top of 413.
Right.
So you have bonds payable, you have a deferred interest expense because of the interest you haven't paid yet on the old bonds. Okay?
Okay.
So you're adjusting for that interest.
That's
what you're doing.
8%.
Yes.
Okay, that's all.
Yes, I believe so.
I'm having an issue on the interest expense on 3.
The interest expense on 3, okay. Having an issue on the interest expense.
Calculating 640.
So the annual interest payment on the new bonds was made at the year end when due. Okay, so this is at 8%. 8 million. Is it 8 million?
8%.
Times 8% is 640,000. Okay?
That's stupid.
What?
8%.
Right? And then this piece is, if you look again back, Derek, at page 4, let's see, 13 or 12 or whatever it was. I think it's in the middle of 12. No. The bottom of 411. You kind of have to back into it, unfortunately, to figure out what that deferred interest piece is. It's like, think of it as a discount or a premium on bonds that you then have to amortize over the rest. Because this is deferred interest expense from the old bond that you now have to amortize out over the life of the new bond.
Okay.
Okay? So this piece here, this 180,000, is this amount, this 900, divided by 5, which is the life of the new bond.
Oh, for 5.
Okay? That is a piece that I would expect that most of you probably didn't get. Okay? But this piece I would expect most of you to get.